3 tips to improve your squat. Squat more.
Yeah, well, that's definitely number one. I think consistency in the movement. I believe squat to be one of the hardest movements to master, as there is lots of elements that are in play, not just from a skill acquisition point of view, but also a technical point of view, working out your own biomechanics, working out what position suits you best, where it suits you the best on the back, whether it's high bar, low bar, and then there's some other variables as well. Your ability to understand bracing mechanics. If you're going to squat more, I reckon 3 times a week, focus on a variation that you're not good at, whether it's a wide stance squat, a high bar squat, or a low bar squat.
A tempo, a pause. Yeah. Whatever you find uncomfortable
and challenging
probably is going to address the constraint you have.
So I always say, 3 days out on paper, 1 skill acquisition day, 1 moderate day, and then 1 heavy day. And the skill acquisition can be anything. No shoes, no belts, no knee sleeves. You can look at just tempo, pause. You can look at
naked squatting is probably a good tip. I'd say that would be tip number 1.
Yeah.
So not having a reliance on all the accessory equipment, so that you can build some confidence in your own body. And then, like you said, 2 would be adding some variation that addresses a constraint. We would define a constraint as whatever you find most uncomfortable or not natural. Wider stance, narrower stance, pause, tempo, all right? And then 3rd one, like you said, would be that heavy day. So you're getting that exposure, you're building the confidence at heavy weights. Probably the one thing that people don't do the most of. They will sit in a lot of moderate days, but not necessarily have constant exposure to those heavy days. And if I use myself as an example, there is probably maybe once a month where I'll have a heavy day, as where if I did it once a week, that's 4 times more. It's a 400% increase of my exposure.